Hi, Catherine Lynn here with the Deconstruction Diaries, and today I wanted to talk about, is God a male? We refer to God as He. If you're a Christian, you believe that Jesus is Lord, and obviously Jesus is male. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Why do we call God Father? Why do we call God He? Um, what's that all about? Is God actually a male? Um, what do we think about that, right? In my deconstruction, I've kind of come to the place where I think that Jesus was calling God Father in those times because most people's concept of God was a distant deity um, and multiple gods at that. And Jesus was introducing a relational God, and so Father obviously has that connotation. It's relational. It's the sense of being known and loved and together. Where that was a pretty revolutionary concept of God at that time. I also think of Father as kind of a general term of perhaps God being the source of creation, right? The seed holder where everything is created from. And so Father is a good term to utilize for something like that. I also think about that culture at the time and how patriarchy was the understood culture in that particular group of people. So it, was the most relevant term, I guess, to utilize. And Jesus, being a male, was accepted as a teacher and as a leader, whereas a woman may not have been. So all of these things I just contemplate when I think about God being male. I no longer believe God is a male. I don't believe God is a female either. I know that in some circles, in some Christian circles, it's believed that God the Father is kind of, male essence, and you have Jesus, also obviously male essence, and the Holy Spirit is what is the feminine essence of God, and that's fine. I now have reconstructed to seeing God the Father being representative of the intelligent being source, the seed holder from which creation flows. I see Jesus as the creation part of the Trinity, meaning God is in all of creation, Christ in all and through all. And so we all have God. We would not exist apart from God. We cannot have breath without God. And so that's the second part of the Trinity, is creation. And then the third part of the Trinity, Holy Spirit, I see as being the very matrix of what holds us all together. Even consciousness, that singularity that connects us all, and kind of forms the omnipresence of God being everywhere at once. It's the matrix that we're all kind of in. So that's how I see it now in my reconstruction. Curious to know how you guys see it. Do you refer to God as male, as female, as genderless? I'm now I don't see God as being male or female, but just encompassing both genders, I guess, or the essences of both genders, energies of both genders. I don't know. But curious to know your thoughts about that, and whether or not you still call God He. I do. It slips. I do that all the time, even though I rather call God them or their, epicene plural pronoun, as opposed to he or her at this point in my journey. So anyway, is God a male to you? Is God female? Is God genderless? Curious to hear your thoughts, and thanks for listening.